Good morning. My name is Michael Jones, and welcome to BlueTech Global Connect. We've been doing this just over a year, and we've had well over 1,000 people that have attended. So welcome today. We know some of you will come in a little after the introduction. We've already had a question about whether we're recording, and the answer is yes. All of our events over the last year, every month, is available on our YouTube channel, which is TMA BlueTech, and then YouTube channel, and then there will be a number of playlists, one of which is BlueTech Global Connect. Next, please. So we do this the third Thursday of each month, obviously subject to change. Last month, we did it in conjunction with NASA. That was really on BlueTech space and the circular economy. Again, you can see that on the TMA BlueTech YouTube channel. Today is ocean sensors and the circular economy. We're pleased to be working with the NOC, National Oceanography Center, with whom TMA BlueTech has a memorandum of understanding to work together. So this is really a manifestation of that. And our featured speaker will be from the NOC, and then he will be moderating as well. Next month will be seaweed and the circular economy. Our theme this year is the circular economy for all of the BlueTech Global Connects. We have a different theme for our BlueTech Week. Our purpose is to bring together SMEs with people around the world that might want to work with them, channel partners, investors, people that might want to license technology, work with them, joint venture, all kinds of things. We say if it's wet, it's blue. The companies that will present are small to medium-sized enterprises focused on innovative ocean and wastewater technologies. Again, the audience is very broad, includes people from around the world. One month we counted and had 20 different countries represented. Agenda's the same each time, 7:45 to 7:50. I typically do a introduction, and then we have a featured speaker today. It's Phil Bishop from the NOC. I'll come back to that. And then 10-minute presentation each for 3 companies. We time them because we want to make sure that we leave good time for Q&A. The moderated Q&A will be led by Phil. Next slide, please. So we would like to announce that we are using the last of the funding that we received from the U.S. Department of Commerce, International Trade Administration, which was put together the first ever Maritime Technology Export Initiative for the United States. That program was extended through 2021. And we are, with that funding, we are putting on a pavilion at the Ocean Business Conference, which will be at the National Oceanography Center, October 12th through 14th. If you are a small to medium-sized company, we hope that you will join us. This is a fractional space at a fraction of the cost. If you were to try and do this on your own, a lot of people helping each other. Fees are, we would say, reasonable, about a 40% to 50% discount from what it would have been if you tried to do this on your own, plus you have a lot of support. Plus we, of course, have our partnership with the NOC. So really good opportunity if you represent a small to medium-sized company in this BlueTech space. Please let us know and apply. Next, please. Our BlueTech Week 2021 will be November 15 through 19. We are looking for partner organizations and panel topics for 2021. To put it in perspective, this is our 13th annual BlueTech Week. Last year it was virtual like this year. We had 665 people from 37 countries. It was really a remarkable event. Next, please. We have a small team, and unfortunately we are losing both Tamara and Vanessa, so we're in the process of looking for an executive director and a program manager, and we are fortunately looking at some great candidates. We've had some wonderful people that have gone on to great things, and all of them stay aficionados of TMA BlueTech and BlueTech in general. So thank you for the work from Tamara and Vanessa, and we look forward to the next people who will be joining us. Next, please. So we always do this quick disclaimer. I hope you can read fast. Basically, if it turns into investments, you're making your own conclusions. We're happy to represent companies or bring companies forward, but we're not giving investment advice. Next, please. So by registering, you consented to receiving our marketing information. If you ever want to undo that, you can go on to unsubscribe. We use Constant Contact, which is a well-known third-party service provider. Next, please. So this is really important. So we ask all attendees to please mute and turn off your camera for the full time. And use the chat conversation function for questions to presenters. And Phil will be keeping an eye on the chat. You don't have to wait until the presentations are done. Please get started as soon as you see something that seems interesting to you. But please do mute and turn off your camera for the full time. Next, please. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce Phil Bishop, who is the Industry Partnership Manager for the National Oceanography Center. Phil, the floor is yours.
Great, thank you, Michael. I'll just load up my presentation. Okay, hopefully you can all see that. So yeah, thank you for having me, Michael, and TMA BlueTech. It's always a pleasure to work with you all here. So good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. My name is Phil Bishop, as Michael has just said. I'm the Industry Partnership Manager here at the National Oceanography Centre. And what that means is my role really is trying to connect and set up collaborations and partnerships between our researchers and engineers with other industrial businesses, as well as research institutes sometimes. And also one of my other remits is around technology transfer. So who are we? The National Oceanography Centre, we're based in Southampton and Liverpool in the UK, and we can date back to the 1920s with the discovery investigations in Southampton and the Liverpool Observatory and Tidal Institute. So you can see that we're woven quite well into UK marine science history. We're made up of about 650 scientists, engineers, technicians and support staff. And one of the key things is that we're one of the only organisations in the world with the equipment and the expertise to operate from the surface right down to the sea floor at 6,500 metres. So we've got some of our facilities up here. We've got the big world-class research vessels, the James Cook and Discovery. Both of them are around 100 metres long each, and they're out year-round on the global research expeditions. We encourage industrial partners, people from other research institutes, as well as various apprenticeship program people to join us on board. So it's very much not just knock-only staff on there. We also have the Marine Robotics and Autonomous Systems facility, which you may have heard of, particularly through the Marine Robotics Innovation Centre. And what we have there is a community of companies around the world that bring ideas together and collaborate with a shared vision of pursuing marine robotics and autonomy. Some of our research expertise I've tried to summarise here. It really is very broad, so it's hard to do in just a short presentation, but you'll see we've got a really wide range of services here, from ocean biogeoscience, and that covers everything from the ocean surface right down to below the sea floor. We have an ocean physics team, and they're involved with circulation dynamics, satellite oceanography, air-sea exchange, coastal processes, for example. We have a modelling team, which get involved with heat and sediment transport, ocean circulation, sea ice monitoring, as well as a suite of commercial software products around the prediction of waves, tides, storm surges for people like oil and gas operators, offshore wind farm developers, and the like. We have the Marine Autonomous and Robotic Systems team, which I've already mentioned, as well as the Technology and Development Engineering team, and they get their remit is really around inventing, designing, building, deploying, and commercializing sensors and instruments. So I've tried to summarize a few of our sensors here. It's really varied, and we'll hear from Matt Modem later from ClearWater Sensors around their lab-on-chip technologies that they license some of that from us, as well as the University of Southampton. We've got a range of lab-on-chip systems, pardon me, that are incorporated within that. We have our wirewall system, which you can see the big wave smashing into the quay wall here, and that measures wave overtopping, specifically around flood monitoring, which we believe is a key factor that isn't quite understood or monitored properly just yet. And as well as all of this, we have a range of other optical, radar and acoustic sensors, samplers, landers, you name it. So the future of ocean sensing. The 20th century was largely based around research ship and drifting platforms, moving towards large multi-purpose research ships, satellites, and the use of marine autonomous systems for some disciplines. And going forward, it's going to be a shift towards autonomy, increased sophistication of sensors, more data, the wider application of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And the key themes within that will be interdisciplinary teams with diverse skills. So lots of collaboration, jacks of all trade, mix of standardized equipment and specialized sampling capabilities. Satellite communications, I believe, will be increasingly important. That's one of the limiting factors across a lot of ocean sensing in particular, is the cost of getting your data to shore. So as the cost of satellite communications decreases, the availability of data is going to rocket, and that's something that we need to be aware of and be ready for. And of course, autonomy and remote access. So what do we want from you? All sorts, really. So collaborative R&D, we can leverage access to research funding through our contacts and our status as UK marine science leader, really. Strategic partnerships, deployment opportunities, we can put our sensors on your vehicles or vice versa. Commissioned research opportunities, investment, of course, through licensing and tech transfer opportunities. And we want you to help us make ocean data more available, more accessible. We want you to really just engage with us, bridge the gap, and all of this just starts with a conversation. So I really implore you just to get in touch. Lastly, I'll quickly plug these two events. Michael's already spoken about Ocean Business, so I won't go into too much detail about that. But it is one of the world's largest ocean technology exhibitions in the world, and also the Marine Autonomy and Technology Showcase, which focuses on marine autonomous systems and the sensors that are incorporated into those. If you'd like to get involved, then abstract deadline is the 14th of July. So thank you for having me, Michael, and we'll pass back over to you.
Thank you, Phil. That was great and very timely. We are pleased to, as I said, have a pavilion at the Ocean Business Show. It's a great show. And also the MATS event will take place a week before our BlueTech Week. And we are coordinating both with the NOC and with our partner in Portugal. The Business to Sea conference will take place the same week. So we are trying to make sure that companies have an opportunity to work in multiple locations and work together. We're trying to reinforce each other's efforts because it's all for the better good of the ocean and the planet.